Hello. We were conducting business briefly, and I didn't realize you were there.
The office party.
It is the office party. So welcome to Bill Has Opinions, the drinking show with an office Christmas party problem. I'm Laura Lavoie, and I'm here with Bill Perkins, who has opinions.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello and welcome.
I hope you got your TPS reports out already.
Put this on the other side so you can see it. So you've got antlers on, but you can barely see them.
It says I have a lampshade on my head, but I do not.
I should have put Bill is photocopying his butt.
That's right, because that's something that would happen at an office party, not lampshade on the head. That's what happens at a house party.
That's true. All right, well, let's fix this here. Okay.
Or did it ever happen, or is it just a
I think
TV
it might
trope?
be is photocopying his butt. So we'll just do that. That's what we're doing. Hello. Okay. So yeah, how are you? Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to the office Christmas party.
I'm pretty good. I mean, we just saw each other yesterday morning, so
that is true.
not much has changed since then.
We went to not an office Christmas party. We went to a
regular party,
a regular ass party,
a regular ass Christmas party. Well, not regular ass. I mean, it's a fancy dress up Christmas party.
It's a swanky Christmas party.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So we did that this weekend, and since it's known for its imbibing, Bill and Emily stayed here on Saturday night. So they weren't driving 45 minutes.
Anyway, yeah, I didn't do a whole lot since then. So yeah, I'm good. I mean, I guess I worked today. That's about all I can say that I've done since then.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Actually, that's it. That's the extent. So anyway, well, normally at this point we talk about the beers we're drinking.
Yeah, but we're not drinking beer right now. We're drinking eggnog.
We got nog, man.
Yeah.
For those who don't like eggnog, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, too bad for you.
I did. We have our mutual friend Jimmy has a.
We also have some punch made with lime sherbet and ginger ale.
Yes.
It's in the break room though. You have to go get it yourself.
Yes. Yeah, in the little cups. That's what I should have put this in. I should have put this in like the little the clear solo cocktail cups.
Yeah.
We used to have some. I don't think we do anymore, but that is what I should have used. But we have a mutual friend named Jimmy who has an egg phobia.
Yeah.
Like is legit terrified and hates eggs.
Anything with egg. Literally
anything. And he was over here, I don't know, a little while ago, and I was making the Christmas cookies for our last episode. And he's like, "Are you going to drink, something blah, blah, blah with that?" And I'm like, "No, I've got eggnog." And he was like, "Holy shit, I got to leave this house right now." I'm like, just the presence of eggnog.
I get, when I was younger, I thought that eggnog sounded disgusting, but then once you finally have it, you're just like, "Oh, no, this is really good. It's really good." And if you don't like eggnog, you know what else they have around here? A lot of the places have this thing called drinking custard. Have you seen that?
Yeah, but that's basically eggnog.
It's basically eggnog. It's like a sweeter version of eggnog, right?
Yeah, I mean eggnog. I mean it tastes like melted ice cream, really. Like you could make your own eggnog by buying a
French vanilla
and let it melt.
Just let it sit out. And that's all it is.
It's
melted French vanilla ice cream.
Poor man's eggnog right there.
Yeah, if you ever have a hankering in the middle of January, in the middle of June, when you can't buy eggnog at the store, that's all you got to do is go buy yourself some high quality French vanilla, like some Eddie's French vanilla or something.
Yeah,
and just like
throw a little nutmeg on top
and just throw it out in the backyard for a while.
Well, so in fact, I was watching a one of my favorite video podcasts is a show called How to Drink. I mean, I know how to drink at this point, but it's fun. And anyway, I watched the eggnog episid the other day, and so apparently at one point the history of eggnog is it didn't start out as only a Christmas drink.
No,
it was, you were Revolutionary era. You could just walk into a bar in January and, July and ask for a nice, cool mug of eggnog.
A cool one.
Yeah.
They would have it cooled.
Apparently.
I mean, where?
Probably with ice.
With ice? Where'd they get the ice?
From the ice house.
Well, okay, so I don't understand how did that work back? I mean, I know I understand after the advent of the motor engine, how we got ice everywhere. Like people had ice boxes all over. But
true. Yeah, no, actually, I'm probably.
But back in the Revolutionary times, like it would have taken you like 3 weeks to get the fucking ice down to Charleston.
No, that's true. Yeah,
I
Charleston
you
probably
walk into
didn't
a bar
have any.
in Charleston and
no,
say,
you would have a nice.
Hey, give me a nice cup of that
room temperature eggnog
that I'm gonna get sick off of. They didn't eat mayonnaise in Charleston either. I bet back then.
It's probably.
They didn't eat a lot of egg salad sandwiches, any of that kind of shit.
No, it was just egg on the sandwich. Like that's how you chopped up an egg, and you're like, here you go, here's your dry egg sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I imagine. Culinary. I don't know how culinary like arts became what they became. Like at some point, people got fancy.
Yeah,
and I love it. I'm grateful for it. I'm glad
but I think the refrigeration probably was a big step up in like making people like do things differently, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Or having things in places where, I mean, but even as far back as like, so my mom, she only got like tangerines at Christmas. You know what I mean? Like that was something like she'd get in her stocking and she'd be like, ooh, wow. And it'd be like a treat. Oh, and now you just fucking go to the store and you buy a bag of tangerines and you eat them because you wanted them.
So as a kid, so my mom did the same thing was, my mom's tradition. And so she would do it for us. And every year for Christmas, there would be an orange in the toe of my stocking, of all of our stockings. But I have historically never liked oranges.
Yeah.
So as a child, literally, she would go get an orange out of the refrigerator, put it in the toe of my stocking, and Christmas morning, I would put that orange back in the refrigerator.
Like, here it is for the person who might want it.
Here you go. Have this. That's entertaining. That's what you got. Yeah, no, it was... but I actually like oranges now. I just didn't as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't eat them regularly.
I don't either. I go through phases like every now and again you'll be at the store and you'll see them and you go, ooh, I could go for that right now. And then you'll buy some and you'll come home and you'll eat them like they're going out of style for a couple weeks. And then you don't eat them again for another couple of months, Yeah.
Plus, like I particularly like I really like cuties. Like the oranges made for children.
Cuties and halos. Yeah. Those are the two best ones. Well, because they don't have any seeds.
Yeah, exactly.
For you to like choke or spit out, So.
I'm making mulled wine for the first time ever this weekend, and I had to get a bunch of oranges for that.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to slice the oranges and put them in the wine.
Yeah, is that how you mold them?
Well,
the wine. I don't have any idea what that is. I mean, I know it's got
spiced
wine
hot
with stuff
wine.
in it.
Spiced hot wine.
Okay, so it's like, I guess there's probably a half a dozen different things that are kind of in that category, right?
Right. But you are also drinking a beer now.
I am. I just poured us a beer, but I would drink another nog also eventually. But
we'll call our nog.
You told me a week or two ago about this beer. I think that is.
Yes, I did.
Lazy Magnolia Southern Pecan Brown, and so I'm going to try that.
It's nutty, and I mean, yes, I still like it. It was one of the first brown beers I ever had, and I really, really fell in love with it at one point. It's nutty and tasty and holiday flavored.
It is pretty good. Yeah, actually, I like it better than my normal pecan beer that I drink is the one, the Shiner Holiday Cheer.
Oh, yeah,
which is pecan and peach. But it's, I think you pointed out, it tastes a little fake.
Yeah.
It's, because
it tasted like almond extract, which was funny because it's pecan.
Yeah, and it's a little bitter. This one's not bitter at all.
No, it's sweet and smooth. But before the show, you brought me this to try. So it's Ginger's Revenge small batch series, but specifically their caramelized fig and vanilla. So we were talking about this weekend. So Ginger's Revenge is a local alcoholic ginger beer company. And part of the problem with alcoholic ginger beer is it really doesn't matter what flavors you put in it. It just tastes like straight ginger.
That's all you really get.
That's all you get. So yeah, I tasted it. It tasted like ginger beer. It maybe was a little less like acidic. It may be a little smoother, but not really because it still tasted like ginger.
pretty peppy.
Just ginger. It was a ginger ass drink.
Yeah, and that's what I get out of most of their stuff is like there's a hint of some other flavor maybe, but mostly it's just ginger.
Yeah, I wonder what it would be like, although this would be adding, like I make a lot of cocktails using non-alcoholic ginger beer.
Sure, yeah.
I wonder if this would be tasty in some cocktails.
Maybe. Or like just get the regular one, like when you're making a mule or something.
Yeah.
and then it would not water down your mule drink, right?
It would not.
You'd have like an extra 4% or whatever.
You would. Yeah, luckily they're not super.
No, I'm sure
it's 4.7%. Yeah, so it really wouldn't screw it up too much.
I mean,
I might try that sometime.
Yeah, do it.
Might try that. I learned about another historic cocktail recently, and I made some for a little Halloween thing we did, and it's made with cider and rum. And the version I saw said to use fresh pressed apple cider, and I made it. It was good, but it was real sweet, and you didn't taste very much alcohol. But then I found out historically it would have been made with hard cider because that's what cider meant.
Yeah. There wasn't the like pulpy apple juice,
right?
That we think of today. We have two kinds of cider. We've got it's like pulpy apple juice with cinnamon in it.
Yeah.
Or you have hard cider.
Yeah, that's it.
But when you go to the cider mills, they always have the pulpy apple juice with cinnamon in it.
Yep. So next time I make it, I'm going to make that with hard cider.
By the way, that is better though than regular apple juice.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
I don't know why. Like I can drink 3 or 4 glasses of that stuff, and regular apple juice, like
I can barely choke it down.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've got to be really dehydrated, and that has to be the only thing in the house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the other day because we filter our water, and it had just been filled, and I was fixing my lunch, and I was like, oh crap, I don't have any water. And there was apple juice in there, and I filled my water cup up like this much, and I got out an apple juice. And I'm like, well, if I'm desperate, if I'm thirsty enough, and I didn't even open the apple juice, I'm like, no, I'd rather go dehydrated.
Yeah. That's how bad apple juice is.
All right, so okay, those are some drinks we're drinking.
Yeah.
At some point we'll call. I'm drinking my nog way slower than you are.
I really liked it. But I figured I wouldn't pester anybody to.
Just yet?
I wouldn't bother Jeeves to bring more nog until after you finished yours.
That's fair.
Then we'll ring the bell.
That's fair. Yeah, I should have brought a bell. Like, ding, 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 ding. That's what I should have done. All right. So since this is the office Christmas party, I have some icebreakers for you.
All righty.
All right. So number 1, tell me one interesting fact about yourself.
Okay. This came up the other night, so I'll tell everybody.
Yeah.
You already know. But when I drink margaritas or slushies or something, instead of getting brain freeze, I get spine freeze. It actually hits me like right between the shoulder blades. It's weird. I'm wired funny. You know?
You're like some sort of. I wonder how much Neanderthal DNA you have.
I don't know.
It'd be interesting to me. You could. They test that if you do like the 23andMe.
I've been thinking about doing that. The only thing that's kept me from doing it, and I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but I'm a little worried that if they find any markers for genetic diseases, that they'll tell the insurance company, and then they'll deny me coverage. And I don't know if that's really even considered a conspiracy because corporations will find ways to fuck you.
That's fair.
You know, so that's not really a conspiracy at all. Like corporations have been trying to find ways to fuck little people forever, and so I don't think it's an unfounded fear, but I probably still will do it sometime in the next year or two. It's getting kind of cheap. Actually, I found out you can buy it with your you can buy a 23andMe with your FSA. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not.
Yeah, so if you got leftover FSA money and you want to blow it, you can get a 23andMe.
All right, awesome. So my one interesting fact is that I live in fear of someone asking me to tell them one interesting fact.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Like, oh God, I hated.
That's worse than somebody asking you to make a phone call, right?
Oh, I couldn't do either of those things. This is why I don't work in an office anymore. Man. All right. So if you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would that be?
Well, it would really depend on what they're fixing.
I mean, I don't think the dead person is making dinner.
No, they're not.
I don't know. I always figured you would met at a restaurant.
Okay.
Like somebody's with
Jesus Christ, because if you don't like what you're having, he can fix it for you. But I ordered lasagna. And he's like, no worries. Now it's lasagna. Do this in remembrance of me. You know?
So Jay is apparently part monkey as well.
Oh yeah, he gets.
So he gets chest freeze.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So
it makes me feel a little less alone.
Okay.
to know that other people get freeze in weird places.
That's fair. That
was a Garth Brooks song, wasn't it? I get freeze in weird places.
Yes, that is in fact, but it's a very famous song. So my answer changes literally like every time I experience a thing. Like, so right now I'm watching the Kindred series, which is based on an Octavia Butler novel.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, it's really a shame Octavia Butler died so young. And then I was like, oh, she's probably pretty brilliant. And I thought, oh, I'd like to have dinner with Octavia Butler. That would be nice.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's like a legit answer.
I actually did. I don't know if I told you, but I actually went to I heard her speak once, and she was very entertaining. FYI, I've also heard Neil Gaiman speak before. At the same so Charlotte, North Carolina used to have. They don't do it anymore, which is a shame. But when I lived in Charlotte, they used to have a thing called the Novello Festival, which was hosted by the library, and they would get some big fucking names in there, and authors and stuff who would come and they would sell out like a mid-sized theater of people to, and like do a little reading and then do a Q&A kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I saw both Neil Gaiman and Octavia Butler back in the heyday of the Novello Festival.
Nice.
And I feel like I'm better for it. Actually, I saw Octavia Butler. I saw that one. I went into that one blind, having never read anything that she'd ever. But I left going, I'm going to read some shit because she was so fucking deep and just everything she said. I was like, oh, that's 100%. Yeah. That was a smart lady. She knew her shit. Yeah.
Yes, and the adaptation that we're watching, we're only a few episodes in, but it's really, really good, and I'm very much enjoying it. And it's a weird story, so I was never sure anybody would adapt it, but it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Last icebreaker before we take our station break. What is your most used emoji?
I don't really use those shits. Like,
get off my lawn with your emojis.
Yeah, I don't really bother with them. I'll be honest with you. No, I pretty much just say what I mean.
The only reason I use emojis is when I'm like bored. Like I'll just send people random pictures.
Probably I'll say the fire. I sometimes I guess I'll send the fire, but it's usually like ironic, right? Like because I'm like being like that's fire, like I'm 19 or something.
Mine is actually the bed.
The bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like because it's time to sleep now.
Okay.
I prefer bed over like being awake.
Okay.
I guess. I suppose I do. All right.
Yeah.
We do have a little bit of a station break here.
Okay.
And this is one we only do this time of year because it is my favorite holiday tradition. So I want you all two of you watching right now, to tune into John Solomon's 25-hour holiday radio show, WPRB 103.3 FM. If you're in Princeton, New Jersey, or near Princeton, New Jersey. If you're not, you can stream it on keepingscoreathome.com. But it is literally the weirdest thing you will ever listen to in your entire life. And it's 25 hours of weird Christmas music. If you didn't think that was possible, it is. And it is literally my favorite thing to do every year. So check it out. I highly encourage it. Yeah. I recommend listening to it in the midnight hour.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's when it gets really, really weird and deep.
Like starting at about 11 until at least 12:34.
Okay.
Because it starts to get really weird.
Oh, and he plays that thing you were talking about.
Yeah, there's a midnight story that like the first time I heard it, I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And then we kept hearing it every year because we would stay up late while Matt's mom was at midnight mass and bake things, and we'd listen to this. So we heard the story and like, this is stupid. And the next year we heard the story and like, this story is still stupid. And the next year I realized I was looking forward to it.
You're like, I want to hear that stupid story.
I do want to hear the stupid story. So now it's not Christmas until I hear that stupid story. But then at 12:34, they play an all Ramones set. And they play the actual Ramones Christmas song. And then they play a bunch of songs that are like parodies.
Oh, people doing
either
Ramones
the
versions
Ramones or Christmas.
Okay, people doing Ramones type versions of Christmas songs, or people doing
mostly people doing well, there are a couple like parodies of Ramones
songs that have Christmas lyrics or
Hanukkah.
Okay, but then some of them are just like we take Christmas songs and we sing them like it's a Ramones song.
Yep. Yeah,
Gotcha.
basically.
Okay.
Basically, and he has a whole set of those that starts at, as you might imagine, $12.34.
Okay.
Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Gotcha.
So that's the time that. So anyway, if you really want to listen to some weird shit, I highly recommend it.
That's awesome. That sounds great.
It's my favorite thing in the whole world. So I like to promote that.
Yeah, no worries. I am a connoisseur of goofy radio stuff.
I don't remember, like we heard about it on NPR or something one year, like 10 years ago. We're like, that sounds interesting. So we put it on and I was like, oh, okay, that is interesting. And now we do. Now we listen to it every year.
That's cool.
My favorite thing.
Yeah.
My nog is getting empty. We're not quite ready yet, but momentarily we'll be asking for more nog, or at least I will.
Yeah. And bring us some figgy pudding.
Because we won't go until we get some.
I don't know, if we talked about this at all, but there was a targeted ad I got earlier this December for Spam, I guess, was making a canned figgy pudding that you could purchase.
Yeah.
And it was like $20, and I was like, okay. And I was actually going to buy it because I've always been curious about figgy pudding. Like, I want to taste it, I mean, because the song's been hyping it for my whole fucking life.
Yeah.
And these people sound like they're really adamant that they got to have, like, they make it sound like it's the best thing ever.
Uh-huh.
Although, the kid in Narnia, like, really made out like Turkish Delight was a great thing too.
Yeah, it really is not.
Then you finally have it, and you're like, well, this is just, it's just like almond flavored paste or something. I don't want this.
That's really, really gross. Why are we doing that?
But so anyway, I mean, and figgy pudding might be a real letdown when I finally get some. But
you won't go until that happens.
But I won't go until it happens.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy it, but then it was already sold out. The Spam brand figgy pudding. And then I went and tried to look, and it was already, like, people were selling it on eBay like at 3 times the retail price. And I was like, well, it won't happen this year then, because I'm not that schmo. I'm not going. I don't pay more than something's worth. I'm sorry, I just won't. There's another brand of canned figgy pudding that you can purchase for, I think, $10 a can. And maybe next year I'll get in early and go ahead and order some in like November, and then maybe next year will be the year we talk about it. We'll have some. And we'll talk.
Because that would be we've done a couple of tasting episodes. One of like the devil food, not devil's food, which is delicious, but like food conceived of by the devil, which were those
the candy corns.
Right, and then we did cookies, which are actually good.
Yes.
I think figgy pudding next year might be an excellent choice.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing. That's why I think why I sent it to you. I was like, check this out. We could totally do like this would be a whole episode, right?
Well, I guess,
or at least a good third.
But you could add some other like weird.
Yeah, Christmas, we could buy a couple other weird.
Like things. Some fruit cake.
Yeah.
Just some weird holiday foods.
Buy some weird holiday foods that people are contentious about.
Ambrosia salad.
Yeah. I saw a funny meme this year that said as a festive way to decorate packages, instead of putting a bow in the corner of the package, put a little dollop of ambrosia salad to mix things up.
That's actually really funny. Since we were talking about figgy pudding, I thought so. All right, I will tell you, I went down a rabbit hole today when I was preparing for this show.
Oh my goodness.
Because what I actually have is this here, which is 50 fun Christmas trivia questions. Okay. Which we certainly won't cover all 50.
Okay, but we can do some of them.
But at one point, I went down this rabbit hole because there was, honest to God, a one of the sites I found that had a trivia question.
Sure.
The trivia question was, where do you hear reindeer paws? And it was spelled PAWS, like cat paws, but reindeer.
Up on the rooftop.
Well, yeah, except they don't have paws.
No.
They have hooves.
It's true.
And the reindeers, it's not the little sound of pitter patter of reindeer paws.
It'd be like clop, clop, clop.
Right. And also the lyric is the reindeer's paws.
Up on the rooftop, reindeer's paws.
They stop the rooftop.
So it's more like,
yeah.
They pull the Flintstones up.
But I was like, okay, who is the fucker that's giving false information on the internet?
Putting ruts in my asphalt shingles.
Well, nobody likes that. No, I think they're much more gentle. I think it's more magic.
Oh, okay.
Like they delicately.
They better be, because like I'm supposed to have like a 15-year roof. I don't want to.
So I found some great other ones.
Okay.
Some of them are stupid, but here's one that's my favorite. I did not know this was a misquoted lyric. I did not know that people said this, but apparently they do. Frosty the Snowman.
Sure.
With a broom stuck in his head.
What?
Yeah, apparently some people think that's what it is.
I've never heard that.
And then also the correct lyric, as they wrote here, they wrote a broom stuck in his hand. That is also a misheard lyric.
With a broomstick in his hand.
Yeah, not a broom stuck in his hand.
Yeah.
That's incorrect.
Right.
Folks, so just read the lyrics, man.
Yeah. Act like you got some smarts.
And then, of course, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is one of the best, right?
Uh-huh.
All of the other reindeer.
Sure.
There's an entire Christmas special.
Yeah, they made a whole thing about that.
Yeah, I loved it. And there were two, like, in that Christmas special, they had a couple of other misheard lyric puns, which the bus driver was named Richard Stans, which is not from a Christmas song, but it's from the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh.
I pledge allegiance for Richard Stans.
Okay.
But then also because Round Young Virgin.
Yeah.
There's Round Young Virgin, which is what I thought it was when I was a kid. And honestly, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
She's pregnant, toddling in on
round
a
young
donkey.
virgin.
She's a round young virgin.
Yeah.
But apparently some of the misheard lyrics are barnyard virgin.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's...
Which also applies.
I mean, she's in a stable or something, right? Yeah.
I like that. But here's the other one that totally...
Do you ever think that Jesus, like, didn't... like, he was known for not closing doors when he was a kid?
Were you born in a barn?
And he would be like, well, you know I was.
Here's another favorite of mine, though, that I did not know until just now. Bells on cocktail rings.
I thought it was bobtail.
It is.
Oh, okay.
That's the misquoted.
People say bells. Are you saying you have ever heard cocktail rings, or is that what you
No,
did?
I have not heard it, but apparently some people did.
Yeah.
We have the necessary accoutrement for...
you got to give it a little shake of that.
Yeah, but, I did not purchase, like, actual nutmeg.
Oh, is this fake nutmeg?
Well, no, it's ground nutmeg. It's not like I'm doing the little...
Oh, no. Nobody has time for that shit.
I ain't got time for that. So, yes. All right. So because we're at our office Christmas party this year, and we've decided the prescribed fun we're going to have at our office Christmas party while we get drunk is trivia questions.
Awesome.
All right.
That's great. And the winner gets a $5 gift card to Walmart.
Yes, exactly. Oh, speaking of, before we get into this, I got your name from the Office Secret Santa poll.
Oh, shit. Okay, well.
Well, Karen from accounting had mine.
Oh, okay.
She hasn't given it to me yet.
Okay. How did you find out that she had it?
The office people talk.
Debbie in HR.
Yeah.
She's always running her mouth.
I mean, it's hard to keep a secret from Debbie in HR.
It really is.
But I'm waiting to see what Karen got me. So.
All right. Well, I appreciate this. This is great. I did not know that. Oh, look at this. What do we got? Oh, it's ill-gotten honey. I love it.
I like that you know I stole it. She didn't buy this. She stole it.
I'm glad you didn't buy it because then it doesn't make me feel bad.
Well, it turns out when he goes to this particular place that I will not name because I don't want to be on anyone's list. Not that anybody's going to arrest me for taking free honey, but if you order a beverage, that's the honey that they have available to you.
Awesome.
And it's just sitting out there in like a bin.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, this appears to be free.
Yeah, and it's in a cute little jar, so you're like, shit, yeah, I will take that, thank you. That's what happens to me. I do this. I have several jars of orange marmalade like this because first off, I'm not going to buy orange marmalade because you only eat it like once a year, and that's enough for the year, right?
Sure.
But once in a blue moon, you'll have a day where you wake up and go, I could go for some orange marmalade today. It's
sometimes you just want marmalade.
You want it, yeah.
Well, when you want honey, you have this much honey.
You want honey more often than marmalade.
Well, true.
But they both do kind of have that bitter sort of aftertaste, which is the thing that's off-putting about why I only like marmalade like once in a while.
Yeah, I'm also not a big fan of honey. Like, I don't use it on a regular basis.
Everybody else in my household loves it, but I don't.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Somebody will eat it.
Well, yeah. That's also what I was actually, when I went over to the little bin, I was like, do they have jellies too? But they did not, because who puts jelly in their coffee? Or nobody puts honey in it either. But who puts jelly in their tea?
You put jelly in your crock pot full of meatballs, though.
That you do indeed. All right. Let us begin.
All right.
What did the other reindeer not let Rudolph do because of his nose?
Playing any reindeer games. Hey, you want to hear? Sorry, I'm going to do a little side here.
No, dude.
That's because last night I was at the Purple Onion and we had the Cowboy Judy Christmas concert. And before they launched into a song, they were talking about this for a minute. And Dulcie was like, "Hey, everybody out there, when you were singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and you said all the other reindeer, wouldn't let him play the reindeer games. What reindeer games did you shout out?"
Monopoly.
And everybody in the audience shouted Monopoly. And she was like, "Oh, she's like, I'm from a small town in Pennsylvania, and we always said hoofball."
What the fuck is that?
Well, she's like, because they're reindeer.
Oh, because they're reindeer.
So they played hoofball. She said, "Well, you should try it because I guarantee it's less boring than Monopoly."
That is true. That is actually true. It makes a lot more sense, to be fair. All right. How many ghosts show up in A Christmas Carol?
4.
Good answer. Or if you watch A Muppet Christmas Carol,
5.
Yes. Because you've got Marley and Marley.
Yeah, they decided to make Marley into 2 people.
Yeah, well, because they wanted to use Stadler and Waldorf,
which is a good use of them, honestly.
But also to make that joke even better. Is that they named them Jacob and Robert Marley.
Right.
So he's Bob Marley.
Yeah.
That's just funny shit, man. That's just good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. The movie Miracle on 34th Street is based on a real life department store. What is it?
Montgomery Ward.
That is incorrect.
Woolworths.
Woolworths. I have a feeling you know the correct answers.
Is it? Hold on. Is it Macy's?
It is Macy's.
Okay.
It is actually Macy's. Here's a good one. You may not get this one.
Okay.
Elvis isn't going to have a white Christmas. He's going to have a what kind of Christmas?
A blue Christmas.
But only because he's without you.
Yes.
Otherwise, I think his Christmas would be fine.
he says you'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white.
Right.
But he'll have a blue Christmas.
That's fair. I guess, it probably doesn't snow a ton in Memphis.
Probably not, but maybe once every 12 years or so.
Probably about the same. Well, yeah, probably even
the
less
same frequency we get it.
Yeah, because
or less because we
have the mountains.
We have mountains. Yeah, they're flat. They're on the river.
But they're about the same.
Yeah,
latitude.
Latitude is us, but toward the middle of the country.
Yeah,
I don't know. But you get those. There's fronts that come here and then they hit the mountains and kind of rip apart, so maybe they get like something coming out of the Midwest that could hit them.
Sure. Yeah. Like down.
I bet you once every 12 years, Memphis gets some snow.
Did you see that we may have snow on Christmas Eve?
I did see that we were predicting to be, yes.
It's also like this Friday, it's going to be down to 8 degrees.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 20 in northern Florida, apparently.
Whew. Yeah, we just started doing some work for a law firm in Central Florida.
Yeah.
And, I was writing the copy and I know this and I turned this in like this, but it happened. So they do personal injury. So like slip and fall or auto accidents and things. And in the slip and fall, I was just trying to add like keywords.
Yeah.
And I put snow and ice and I didn't even think about it. And then he's like, we might want to take snow and ice out of this.
And then you're like, look,
and I'm
check the weather and you might not want to.
You may actually have snow and ice this weekend.
Look at your forecast, sir.
This out. So
I bet in places where they don't get a lot of ice, when they do get it, people are more likely to slip and fall because they don't know how to deal with it.
Yes.
Whereas people who I bet you Minnesotans probably don't slip and fall on the ice as often as
I will tell you the only time I've slipped and fallen on ice is here in Asheville.
Yeah.
Unless it was on in Michigan, you do it when you're on purpose.
I never slipped on the fucking ice. I always slipped on the tile floor after I came in the house from being on that. That's what happened to me. My shoes were still wet. I'd come in the house. My apartment when I was in college had ceramic tile all the way through it, and you get in the front door and you couldn't get your shoes off fast enough to keep yourself from falling.
Right.
Because your feet were all slippery. I busted my knee, must have been like 9 times that winter.
Right.
I mean, and then when you landed on that hard tile floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, which wasn't great to land on.
Right.
Awful.
So yeah, Jay, to your point that you may have a blizzard in Michigan, it is predicting snow. Maybe not blizzard conditions, but snow.
Yeah.
For even the, where we are in the valley.
Yeah.
But so when I first saw that on the news, I was like, you know what though? I bet every weather service everywhere in the entire country predicts snow on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
It's just you know what? Yeah, probably.
Like just because it's ratings. Like, is
yeah,
there
it makes people happy,
Christmas?
and also it's good for the grocery store. Though they'll sell some milk and bread.
Exactly. One of the fucked up things these are the kinds of conversations you have in office Christmas party.
Yeah.
I remember years ago, the Weather Channel gave the option to thumbs up or thumbs down the weather reports.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that gonna, like, if I'm like, I'm unhappy with the weather, I'd be like, do not care for that weather. Like, what are we accomplishing? What does that do?
Oh, it turns out 60% of people don't care for cold, misty rain.
So, I mean, if enough people vote against cold, misty rain, do we not get it?
Does this stop happening?
If enough people tell Elon Musk that he can't be CEO of Twitter anymore, is he not CEO of Twitter? I mean, that is what he said would happen.
He said he would bow out.
He did.
I don't know if he's a man of his word or not, but he did.
We're about to find out, because that's what happened.
That's what. Has he learned nothing from Bodie McBoatface? You never do an online poll for anything, people.
Right.
Or Cock Commander, for that,
Yes.
Good old Cock Commander.
Oh, Cock Commander. All right. In the movie Home Alone, where are the McAllisters going on vacation when they leave Kevin behind?
Paris.
That is correct. I actually did not know that.
You didn't?
Well, I think I saw part of the movie once.
Yeah.
And child hijinks are not at the top of my list for favorite types of movies.
I think I watched that movie this year for the first time in probably a decade. And when it got to the Three Stooges style antics part, I don't know why, but I found myself talking to the TV because the bandits keep falling for his shit. And it's like, dude, don't do that. He's clearly going to fuck you up.
Are you the stupidest? They are the stupid. It was like if you,
because so he zip lines out to the treehouse. And then they see him out there, and they start like trying to shimmy down the rope to the treehouse. And I'm like, "You idiots! Like, clearly he's going to cut the rope. You should know this."
Well, and
anyone would cut the rope.
I suggest walking to the treehouse.
That's what I'm like. Like, just go out the front door, walk to the treehouse. The kid's in the tree. What's he gonna do? But instead, you fools are gonna like try to shimmy down the rope. Like, damn well this kid's gonna cut the rope,
right? Right. I mean, that is.
I mean, he's already done 7 or 8 other horrible things to you. What makes you think he's not going to cut this rope? Anyway, I don't know.
All right, here's some more questions for you.
Sure.
This is the most ridiculous list of.
Okay.
Like, this is made for children. There's no way that a human adult wouldn't get these. What is Ralphie's little brother's name in the movie A Christmas Story?
Oh, this one I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
I actually wouldn't have known this, but I just watched the sequel movie that they did, A Christmas Story Christmas, which was actually really good.
Okay. I haven't seen Christmas Story in, over a decade for sure.
I got really annoyed with it when they started showing it 24 hours a day.
That's the last time I saw it was when TBS would do the 24-hour, they just show it like all day Christmas. And
it would just be on, and I'd be just like visibly angry. Like, please watch anything but this.
Yeah. So no, I don't know Ralphie's younger brother's name.
It was Randy.
Randy. Okay.
It was Randy.
Randy.
Okay. Which Christmas song contains the lyrics, "Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way"?
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
That is correct. That's a catchy tune.
Yeah. Is that Brenda Lee?
Yeah.
That's a good song. I like that one. That's one of the ones that I tolerate. Every year it comes on and I go, yeah, that's pretty good.
Here's one. I'm trying to keep the answers from you.
Sure.
Which one of Santa's reindeer has the same name as another holiday mascot?
Another holiday mascot.
It's a tricky one. It seems so obvious once you know the answer. But it's actually pretty tricky.
Oh, Cupid.
Yes. Indeed. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, in the song Winter Wonderland, who do we call the snowman?
Parson Brown.
Yes. You call him Parson Brown, although I heard...
Also a
circus clown.
Circus clown, yeah.
And I've also heard versions with Pastor Brown.
Oh, yeah.
I think like some Americanized versions, like what the fuck's a parson?
A vicar.
A vicar.
That's the original version was Vicar Brown.
Vicar Brown.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got.
They should just call him Charlie Brown. I mean, he won't marry you, but you know.
It's true. See, that's the problem is when you want someone to. Okay.
I don't think snowman marriages are legally binding.
No, if a snowman marries you, number one, you're probably drunk or high.
That's a common law marriage.
I mean, is it even? Like only if the snowman marries you when you live together for like 15 years.
Right.
Or something. And also common law marriages aren't legal in most of the United States anymore.
Oh, okay.
So too bad. So sorry about that. According to the song, what did my true love give me on the 8th day of Christmas?
8. Oh.
You're going to have to go through the whole song, aren't you?
8. Is that Lords of Leaping?
No, sir, it is not.
Oh, Maids of Milking.
Maids of Milking.
I knew it was when it got to the people. It's past the birds.
So this is I keep putting this in front of my face so I cannot see anything. But no, this is actually, I had no idea. I had no idea this was the answer to this question.
Okay.
What is the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time?
Highest grossing Christmas movie of all time. I want to say Home Alone.
That is correct. See, I realize Home Alone is a Christmas movie. Like, it's more a Christmas movie than Die Hard, if we're being honest.
Sure.
But, like, it's not on my radar. And I think maybe I was...
Well, because it was in the theater. I remember when it came out. It was in the theaters for like 6 weeks that year that it came out. And then it's been, of course, on TV every year since.
Right.
So I'm sure it's done really well. And this is, of course, after... You know, while everybody considers... It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas movie. The reason it is a Christmas movie is because basically it was fucking free for TV channels to get a hold of.
Right.
Because it grossed nothing. It was not a popular movie.
Right.
And they could get the rights to it for nothing and show it. And they just started showing it on Christmas because it's free, basically.
Right.
You know?
Well, it's like, like I grew up watching Willy Wonka around Easter time.
Oh, yeah?
Every year, and the same reason. Like, it's just something you could get the rights to and show. And, you know, when they would show The Wizard of Oz on TV.
Yeah.
And The Wiz on TV for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, it was just...
Yeah. They would. What didn't Wizard of Oz used to come on around Easter?
Yeah, I think it was right around Easter.
Yeah, I always felt like that. It was like 3 weeks before Easter, maybe, and then the next week they would show one of those biblical movies or something.
Yeah, the Ten Commandments.
10 Commandments or something, yeah.
All right. How do you say Merry Christmas in Spanish?
Feliz Navidad.
That is correct.
I assume. I mean, that's
Prospero
what the song...
años.
Oh, yeah. That means Happy New Year, right?
Yeah, actually, I believe
prosperous year.
Prospero. Well, that just means prosperous. Prosperos años y felicidad actually means have a happy new year, I believe.
Okay.
But the only reason I know that is that song.
Right.
How often do you want to murder Elf on the Shelf?
I don't really give it a lot of thought because it's not something we do at my house.
I'm happy for you.
I do think that it's basically a way to program your children for living in a police state.
So I'd like to point out that Santa was already doing a fine job of that. Like,
kind of, yeah, because he already sees you when you're sleeping
and knows when you're awake. Like, we didn't need to create a new thing. Narc. Yeah, no, that didn't need to happen. Santa himself was...
No, I think the whole thing's dumb, and I would never do it. But, you know, I mean, we had those elves when I was a kid. I remember having that creepy elf doll But it wasn't Elf on the Shelf. It was just a creepy.
Right. It was just a creepy
70s elf doll that everybody seemed to own. And then at some point, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s, it kind of morphed into that whole like, hey, this elf's watching you, and he's gonna. And then people started doing the thing where the elf is like,
oh, now it's gotten out of hand. Now it's like just Pinterest mommy is doing.
Yeah, like the elf's doing crazy stuff. He's tied to a, St. Andrew's cross, and he's getting BDSM stuff done to him.
It's getting ridiculous now, and it's kind of like Santa though. It's become like. Now it's a tradition just for the privileged, right? So like,
sure, absolutely.
Kids whose moms, single moms who work and not, like
they don't have time for that shit.
They don't get that.
No, but it's it's bored Real Housewives of name a place.
Basically
do that shit.
But yeah, it was around about the early 2000s because I know this because when I was working in staffing, a client's sister was the one who wrote the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she created the initial Elf on the Shelf situation.
Yeah,
I did not know.
The only thing good about Elf on the Shelf is every year you get bombarded with new memes that say you've heard of Elf on the Shelf, but how about thing that rhymes with another thing?
Yeah, no, the one I saved the other day was tardigrade on marmalade. And it made me laugh, so I just saved it.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. It's a piece of bread with a teeny tiny little tardigrade just on the middle of it.
Can you even see
no,
tardigrades? No, they're microscopic, right?
Yeah, yep, they're microscopic. All right, this is actually a really good question. I did not know this for a long. I know this now. All right, well, I'll tell you a story about this once I ask the actual question.
All right,
because you're going to be like, "How did you not know that?"
All right.
What is the name of the last ghost that visits Scrooge in A Christmas Carol?
Wait, does it have an actual name or what its title is?
What its title is, but yeah.
The Ghost of Christmas Future.
No, and that's what I always thought it was. But he is the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I know. I call it the Ghost of Christmas Future because Scrooge is my favorite adaptation of Christmas Carol, and I'm sure that's what he's called there. Ergo, I've probably just like rolled that into the whole
with it
thing. Yeah.
When I was in 3rd or 4th grade or something, I decided I wanted to write a Christmas play.
Yes.
And I convinced my teacher to like during recess I could, get a couple of friends and we could do this. So it wasn't sanctioned by any means. It was just for fun. But what I ended up writing, and I did not realize it at the time, was a terrible rehashing of A Christmas Carol. But like I was writing something but I didn't know that. Like I thought this was original to me. And at one point, the Ghost of Christmas Future was a prominent, but it's weird because that was before Scrooged. And like, I wouldn't have known that it was a Ghost of Christmas Future. It would have been referred to in every adaptation I would have seen as the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. So I just made that shit up in my head.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a Ghost of Christmas Future. But then there was also like 3 kids that were doing something like, it was terrible because it was basically, I was retelling A Christmas Carol from my memory, but I was 8. Right. This is what this story ended up being.
Listen to an 8-year-old tell you a recollection of a thing that they haven't seen in a while.
Exactly. Exactly. So visions of which food danced in children's heads as they slept in the poem, which was The Night Before Christmas.
Oh, sugar plums, which we'll also have to get for next year.
Oh, yeah, we do have to add sugar plums.
Whatever the hell those are.
I don't generally eat plums.
Are they actually plums?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, I figured it was like Turkish delight, just some made up English bullshit that doesn't have anything to do with anything,
This is literally this.
I don't think Turkish delight's even sold in Turkey, by the way.
No, I don't think so.
If it is, they take no delight in it.
Yeah, that's true. This is literally the stupidest question I've ever read in my entire life.
Okay.
What gift did the little drummer boy give to the newborn Christ?
He had no gift to bring except a song.
Yeah, he played a song for him on his drums. I mean,
he's like, hey, lady, you mind if I bang on this drum for a while and try to soothe this
for
baby?
Your newborn baby in the middle of the night, sleeping in literally a ball of hay. Yeah,
she should have been like, get the fuck out of here.
But also, the question is stupid because I know it's the little drummer boy. No, he brought the baby some whiskey. Like, what else did the little drummer
sleep?
How else would, like, of course he's the little drummer boy. Of course his only gift was the drums.
Yeah, the drums.
That's some bullshit there.
Yeah.
Also, I want to know, here's my question for you. If there's a child shivering in the cold,
yeah,
maybe gifts of silver and gold are not the most appropriate gift.
You think that those kings could have brought like some fine fabrics,
a blanket,
a nice purple blanket,
some fire?
They could have been like, check this out. I got you a nice ass purple blanket. It's made of the finest purple, which is only royalty wears this. And as he is the king of kings, we will give him this fine ass purple robe.
Yeah,
you know, that would have been better than fucking funeral incense for sure. Like nobody needs fucking frankincense and myrrh.
Nobody needs frank. Although I do like myrrh, the smell of myrrh.
Sure, but you're like, hey, have some patchouli.
But I'm a newborn baby. Myrrh is the last thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah, like, you know what kids love? What's good when they get like a cough? You could probably like rub it on their chest. Like it was like the Vicks Vapor Rub of its day.
like mentholyptus.
Yeah, it was what they used to use back then.
Somebody was just telling me about hearing a song that referenced the wise men and said they traveled, they saw a star in the east and traveled to the east, and I'm like, well, that's the wrong direction, folks. So apparently whoever wrote that song.
Well, it depends on where they were coming from. If they came from Africa, it would have been east.
They didn't, though. They were
they said they were from the Orient. Well, I mean, so they used to call the Middle East the Orient too.
Yes, and in fact, yeah, but
which is why the Orient Express only goes to, Turkey or whatever, right?
Well, and through yes, yes. So, but also, Jesus was from the Middle East too.
Yeah.
Lest we forget.
They actually were only from two towns over, I think. Really,
they may have been.
I mean, they were on camels and horses or whatever. Like how.
Well, in some one of the gospels, it
takes them 3 years. Yeah, they don't show until he's like 3 years old or something. Yeah.
So I'm like, if you really want, I know people who do the nativity where they put out they don't put out Mary and Joseph until Christmassy, or and then they put the baby Jesus out
and then they wait until
the Epiphany.
Okay.
Yeah, but really, what they should do is leave up their nativity for 3 years, and then
look, this one wise man finally made it.
do you age your baby Jesus?
Here comes Belshazzar. He's finally made it.
Do you know the names of the other?
That's the only one I know.
Balthazar, Caspar, and Melchior.
Okay. I don't even know why I know that.
Because it's a great name.
I guess that's it. It's just a funny sounding name, But I don't know. I don't know why I know it. Why did it ever come up?
This is actually a really good trivia question. Okay. I knew this, but most people don't, I don't think. What popular Christmas song was actually written for Thanksgiving?
Oh, Over the River and Through the Woods.
No.
Oh, sorry. Jingle Bells.
Jingle Bells.
Over the River and Through the Woods is a Thanksgiving song.
It is a Thanksgiving song.
Yes.
It's kind of a stupid one, to be honest.
Yeah, but Jingle Bells also. Actually, it's funny to me. This is a case of a handful of Christmas songs are actually, at the crux of it, just winter songs. They don't actually have several of them have no mention of the actual holiday. They take place during, Winter Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's going on there except it's fucking cold outside. And here's the thing, when you grow up in the South, so Winter Wonderland would be a more suitable song usually late February.
Right.
Because that's when that shit would actually happen.
Right.
It never happened around Christmas, but we would get late February, early March. Then you get your one snow of the year.
Well, a friend of mine the other day shared a Spotify playlist. They didn't make it, but they had found it, I guess, or I don't know. They know somebody. I don't know. But it was non-religious winter holiday songs.
Yeah.
And it's mostly it's 7 hours of music, but it's mostly made up of versions of Jingle Bells and Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
And Let It Snow.
Right.
That's pretty much it. I'm like, all right, that seems fine.
We've mentioned this before, but so are there any songs from Argentina or South Africa or Australia talking about how fucking hot it is at Christmas time?
No, not that I know.
But there should be, right?
There should be, yeah.
They should have an Australian song about what a piping hot fucking day it is.
I imagine there are. I imagine if
they have like surfing at Christmas or something like.
I imagine there are. Like we just aren't aware of them, but I imagine they are.
Yeah.
But I was in South Africa at the beginning of November, so which is basically spring.
Yeah.
At that point, but it was so fucking Christmas. Like everything was, I'm like, this is weird. The sun rises at literally 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's goddamn Christmas.
Yeah.
So it was very, very weird. Okay, here is a good one. Okay. This is our last one. Where did there arise such a clatter?
On the roof.
It turns out it's on the lawn.
Oh, on the
lawn. Apparently,
oh, they used to land in the lawn.
Apparently, the jolly old
reindeer didn't pause on the roof.
They did not pause on the roof.
Huh.
All right, we are gearing up. Dinner is going to be served shortly. We're having a pizza party.
That's right, a pizza party after the we finished this
after
bit.
Cocktail hour. This bit.
This bit, yeah.
After cocktail hour, we'll be moving into the pizza party. You know that we're always my experience of corporate Christmas parties, so there were two types. There was the super casual, like we're drinking beer and eating pizza. Or some of those might be like a potluck, like we've had a potluck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we always had the potlucks. I remember those. Yeah, people would bring the haystacks and the and the Chex Mix and the sausage balls.
But that's still usually more casual.
Yeah, it's more casual.
But then there are also the companies that just do it the fuck up, and like you show up in formal wear.
Yeah, but that's always like a week before. Like that's.
Yeah,
it's like on a Saturday, like on the 18th or something, you know. Like
my company holiday Christmas party was always
it's at the Hyatt in the ballroom, you know, or something.
Yeah, but we always did it. It was early in the month. It was very early in December because they wanted people wanted to show up. Time off.
If you put a Christmas party too late in the season and you do it on the weekend, people are not going to come because they've also RSVP'd to several household Christmas parties that they're going to. This is the thing I've noticed is when you try to do anything during December, you gotta do it early December or you're gonna get nobody there.
Oh yeah, no, like this week. So this year's Christmas. I mean, it's not weirder than it is every other 7 years, but because Christmas is on Sunday, like I feel like I don't have any Christmas break. Yeah, like because I work. I mean, I work for myself, so I could just say fuck it, but. Like it's just the weekend. It
is.
There's no lead up. Like I don't feel like there's an exciting lead up.
Nope, you're right.
It's just the weekend. Weird. Just the weekend. But this entire week is busy as fuck. So
mine has been too. I keep waiting for it to slow down because I'm like usually you get to a point, and I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but I know in the South it usually is like this. Like about 3 or 4 days before Christmas, there gets to be a general consensus of fuck it. Anything that happens between now and the end of the year is not going to like basically nothing's going right. People will start saying talk to me after the first of the year.
Yes.
So basically they're eschewing business until next year. And I've been waiting for that to start happening for people to like fuck off and leave me alone for 2 weeks.
Right.
But nobody has yet.
Right. No, my goal, Jay's gonna knock off from Wednesday on. My goal is I'm gonna finish as much as I can this week so that I don't have much to do next week. Like I'd like that week between Christmas, since the holidays are on weekends. Yeah, I want that whole week between Christmas and New Year's where I can do fuck all.
Well, I've had jobs in the past who actually used to give us the whole fucking week between those off.
Yeah.
They would actually tell us usually like, hey, if you get this much done prior to, we'll just say fuck it and we won't see you until after New Year's, Right. And I used to always look forward to that at that particular job. And this current job I've got, I don't think I'm getting any. I need to go double check and see if I'm even getting like a observed day. You are required. They have to give me Monday or something. You're required to get an observed day. And that would be that would be Monday in both of the cases. Okay. Yes. So very good. If they have you working, then consult a lawyer. All right. Because they are required. I know one. As it turns out. All right. Folks, we actually failed to mention that we were going to do this early in the episode, but if you watched on social media, I have a huge announcement. Big announcement. All right. So huge. Okay. Well, so you guys, who watch this podcast, I'm your favorite podcast star, Probably I'm bigger than last podcast on the left, and welcome to Night Vale, right?
Right.
So what you want to do for Christmas is buy my NFT trading cards, which will be available for only $99. $99. You can get the NFT trading cards of Bill Has Opinions.
Well, and we're going to start out with this very special holiday offer, but don't worry, folks. There are 108 cards to choose from.
That's true. There are so many to choose from that you can get them. And there's more to it than that. If you purchase for only $99, which is practically nothing, if you purchase these, you will also get a chance maybe to have a beer with me. I understand that's a prize, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, I do it every week.
I'll send you, and you enjoy it.
I mean, I haven't stopped doing it.
So that's telling.
It's telling something. I don't know what.
Also, we'll if you buy them, we'll also send you a Bill Has Opinions sticker
for only $99.
How about that?
So you will own these graphics.
These graphics, and listen, these are top quality JPEGs.
They are.
We're talking about, and other people might be able to download them by right clicking on them, but you will be assured that you own the one with the certificate of authenticity that says this is the original. So that's the real key, is knowing that you've got the original.
The certificate of authenticity, which we will also make on Canva and send to you.
I will sign it even.
Yes. So don't miss out, man.
These are going fast.
Limited time offer. There's not a lot. There's only 108 available.
That's right. So by the time they're all sold out, they're gone, and you'll be kicking yourself.
Yeah. Yes, you will. So. Yeah, well, all right. We might have our first customer. The Bill Has Opinions will not be seen tonight, NFT. So
all right.
we'll work out that deal, my friend. We will work out that deal.
You just reach out to us through any of the channels that you know how to reach out to us through, and we'll make it happen. No personal checks though. No
personal checks. I mean, we do take Bitcoin.
We do. We'll take Dogecoin. What are the other ones? Esperon or something like that. Esperanto. I can't remember what it's called.
Well, there's also Shiba Inu coin.
Yeah. How is that different than Dogecoin? They're both the same dog, aren't they? Is there a Grumpy Cat coin yet?
I don't know.
Well, there ought to be.
There should be.
Yeah. Okay.
So all right, folks.
Oh man, I smell that Detroit pizza.
Yeah, we're gonna go eat that. You know where that comes from, though, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, so that is all for us. That is all for us this year.
Yeah, that's right, because we'll probably be off next week due to holidays.
We're off next week due to the holiday, and the week after. And we have no idea what upcoming episodes are.
The week after that.
Oh, that's right, because
I'm on vacation.
Yeah. So
we'll probably be back till mid-January. I want to say around the teens of January. We'll be back.
We'll be back. And folks, I have to put together a list of topics for next year. So if you have any ideas, definitely send them my way. I don't have anything planned yet.
Yeah.
But
when we come back, we'll announce the winner of who gets to have a beer with me.
Yes.
From buying the NFTs.
And Bill, you won the $5 Walmart gift card.
Oh, sweet. Oh gosh, I know exactly what I'm going to buy. I have my eye on one of those as seen on TV things.
Yes. Yes.
So,
is it the of glove?
Yeah, it was totally that.
All right, folks. That is all from us. Very happy holidays.
Yeah.
Take us away, Bill.
Hi, Bill Has Opinions.
Hi.
Hi.
We had liquor.
Bill Has Opinions is introduced and
engineered and produced.
Engineered and produced.
And introduced.
And introduced. By Laura Lavoie. The opinions are Bill are his and his alone, unless she agreed with them, in which case we both agreed and we shared that opinion, like that eggnog is tasty.
That was very good eggnog.
It was really good. And let's see what else. They definitely don't have anything to do with the 25-hour Christmas thing. He doesn't have anything to do with us. Don't blame him.
He doesn't even know we exist.
Don't blame him if you don't like something we said.
Oh my God, I just had the most brilliant idea.
What?
Well, he does stories. stories. Like, you can submit stories. We need to submit a Bill Has Opinion story next year.
We totally should.
We need to record that.
All right.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Challenge accepted. Okay, continue.
Sorry. If you want to say something, be sure to like and subscribe and follow us on all the formats and hashtag the Opinion Gang if you want to say something to us, or you can just email us if you know our email address. I'm sure some of you know it.
I mean,
or leave comments. Leave comments down below if you're on one or the other thing. Yeah, either one. Oh. We'll read them. I promise we'll read them, and we'll get back to you if it's something important.
Yeah.
Otherwise, hey, we'll see you in a few weeks. Probably about 3 weeks, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Just, conservatively guessing. We'll catch you then. Don't go nowhere, though. Just stick around. We'll be back 3 weeks.
We will. So happy holidays.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
And go get some figgy pudding.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.